2 and we are live. Alright guys, so welcome back to Excel Island. My name is Abatan Sheriffdeen and welcome to the channel if you're a new subscriber, and welcome back if you're an existing subscriber. So basically what I have been doing so far on this channel for the past 61 days is that I have been learning to become a data analyst, upscaling my analytics skills in SQL using the resources from the Datacamp platform. I am currently subscribed to a 1-year subscription on the Datacamp platform, and I'm trying to maximize it and use it to the fullest. So I decided to go on a learning spree for the next 100 days. So far so good. I've missed a couple of days due to technical issues, like when my laptop developed fault or when I had a burnout, when I just have to rest. But I just have to continue after gaining back my strength. So it's not as if I was so consistent for the first 59 days. Then on the 60th day, I think I was consistent for the first 58 days. On the 59th day, this laptop here developed a fault, so I had to take a break, come back. I had a couple of challenges there, but I am back and I have to continue counting like that. So today is day 61. So the goal is to learn and try to practice as much as possible. So far so good. Using the resources on the Datacamp platform. So I'm on the career track called Data Analyst in SQL. So the goal is to finish this career track before the next 100 days, and today is day 61 for me, based on my counting. So I am 70%. I think I am 70% through the course. So in the career track, there are 11 courses, and I've been able to learn. So I am 70% here. I'm correct. I am 70% through the course so far. So I click on this continue career track, and after this career track, I plan to start the Power BI career track also. So you may want to subscribe to the channel right now so you won't miss that when I start the Power BI career track also. For the past months, it has been challenging setting up a live stream, but I've learned a lot about setting up a live stream, and so far. So basically, when I'm live streaming for the next couple of days, there won't be an issue with connection when you get it now. So you want to subscribe when I start the Power BI career track also. So if I go to see all content here, so this career track now has 11 courses. I have been able to complete 7 courses so far. I am on the 8th course, and the total course in this career track is 12. No, it is 11. Okay, it's 11 with 1 project and a statement of accomplishment. Also, I'll just continue from here today. Now, also part of Datacamp is their certification. So if you complete a couple of courses, you get certified by passing their certification exam. I think it has 2 phases. I'll be live streaming taking the certification exam also. If I come back here now, I can go back to progress and just continue from the course I'm taking in this career track, which is the exploratory data analysis in SQL. So while this is coming up, so let me just a little bit about myself. I'm a top rated plus freelancer using the Upwork platform for the past 2-3, getting close to 4-5 years now. I've been a freelancer, and this year 2023 is my first time becoming a full-time freelancer. Like, this is what I do 100%. I don't have any other source of income. I'm a freelancer. I try to use platforms to connect to clients and solve their problems. So if you have a gig for me or a challenge you love me to help you with in Excel, in SQL, and Power BI, you can always reach out to me. You can also hire me on Upwork, or go to my LinkedIn profile. You can get to me from this channel also. But I have a coach who has always coached me out about freelancing, remote work, and how to become a successful freelancer. So his name is Ben Gadebi, and he has a course currently on. The name of the course is the Freelance Clients Magnet course. And what this course does is that it teaches you how to run a successful freelancing business and enjoy the perks that come with becoming a freelancer. So I'll leave a link to the course under the YouTube description. Make sure to check it out. You can also go to Twitter and check out Bengalesb profile on Twitter. If I go to Twitter right now and I search for Bengalesb, so you can check out his profile. Look, this is him here. So you can check out his testimonials. And currently, let me gist you, he's updating the course. And what it does is that if you purchase the freelance client magnet course once, you have a lifetime access to the course with updates. As you know, as technology gets improved, he also updates the course with new resources, new ideas on how to become a successful freelancer using tools like AI, the new things we have in this generation. So he's currently creating freelance client magnet course version 2. So if you want to check out the course real quick, in the description below, so you purchase it at the current price, because when they update the course, surely the price will also be going up based on the value people have gotten from his course. So don't forget, check out the course using the link in the description. So let's get back to today's learning. So what I do is I try to learn, to dedicate at least 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour every day to learn all I have to do for that day. So I just click on exploratory data analysis in SQL, and I'll continue from where I am. So what I basically do is to live stream for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, until I've spent like 5 minutes or 6 minutes doing the introduction or whatever day. So a couple of time has gone already. But so let's continue. So I've been taking this last chapter of the course, which is working with dates in SQL, working with date and timestamps. So the previous lessons was on working, summarizing and aggregating numerical data, working with numerical data, numbers, and the chapter 3 was on working with categorical data, which is text and unstructured text. So the last chapter there is working with date and timestamp. So I'll just continue from here. Say, okay, I've taken that. You can watch day 60 to see how. So select the category and average completion time by category. So if I go to select category, so this is a category. I'm selecting the category column here or field. Select category. So let me just read the instruction first. I always love to read the instruction so I have a good context of what I'm trying to solve. So completion time by category. So this table, the inverse 10311 data, includes a date created, timestamp from when each request was created, and a date completed. So the date created, which is this, date created and date completed, when the request was created, and a date completed timestamp for when it was completed. So the difference between these tells us how long the request was open. So which category of this table request takes the longest time to complete. Okay, so compute the average difference between the completion timestamp and the creation timestamp by category. The average difference. So this will be the average difference between the completion timestamp and the result with the largest average time to complete the request. So we need to select the category and the average completion time by category. Order the result with the largest average time of completion. So you can see order by here. You can see order by the average time to complete the request. This is average completion time. So our calculation is now here. Is probably we need to minus the dates from each other. Definitely compute the average difference between the completion timestamp and the creation timestamp by category. Date completed, that will be date completed minus date created that will give us the completion time. We want to get the average of the dates. We'll definitely be wrapping that in, but work with date is quite tricky also. Let me see my result. There's something missing here. What is it? Why did they say? Select the category and the average completion time by category. Oh, there's definitely form. There's a form clause here. If I run this code, don't generate an error. Select category. Let's explain the error in the code. Oh, definitely there's a group by here. I missed that because I have an aggregate function here, so definitely a group by clause to be here. You have to group it by that's one of the perks of practicing. You tend to forget what you are used to. Whenever you have a category, for example, now you are trying to summarize the data by category. Once you have an aggregate function in your query, you always have to introduce a group by. It is compulsory, or the code will run. So group by definitely category. I'm going to go by the category there. I run the code now. But the timestamp, I'm getting scared if the timestamp will be correct. Let's see completion time. So some of the requests, but let's try to submit that and see. I have to convert. There's a way to convert this. Check the first sorting expression. Could not find the first entry in the direction. First sorting expression. Where is that? Select category average. This is the average date to complete. Check the first sorting expression, which is the completion time, which is the other way. It says order the result from the largest average time. Okay, that is the descending from the largest. We want to sort it descending there. DSC. We're going to sorting from the smallest to largest here. So we want to see the largest first. I run the code again. That should show the first. Yeah, it's 64 days. So this category took 64 days to complete. Let's submit that and see. Aha, that's correct. So that's how to troubleshoot. Nice going. The result of one query can help you generate further questions to answer. Why do rat issues take so long to resolve? We investigate in an upcoming exercise. So the rodents category takes over 64 days to resolve, which is the completion time. And with the date the request came in, it took them 64 days to complete that request. So let's continue. That's cool. So let's see, the next lesson here is date time component and aggregation. So let's see, let's learn a couple of, let's see if I can finish this today, but I doubt. 45 minutes of learning. Okay.
As with numerical and character data, sometimes we need to extract components of a date time, or truncate the value, to aggregate the data in a meaningful way. As with numerical and character data, sometimes we need to extract components of a date time, or truncate the value, to aggregate the data in a meaningful way. Functions exist to extract individual components of date time data. These components are called fields. The fields are defined in the Postgres documentation. Many are based on the ISO 8601 standard. Let's look at some common fields, starting with the largest unit of time. First, we can get the century or decade that a timestamp belongs in. January 1st, 2019 is in century 21 and decade 201. Date-time field definitions can be complicated and sometimes counterintuitive. It's always a good idea to read the documentation before using unfamiliar fields. Next, we can get the year, month, and day fields that make up a date. We can also get the hour, minute, and second fields that make up a time. Week is the week number in the year based on the ISO 8601 definition. DOW is day of week. The week starts with Sunday, which has a value of 0, and ends on Saturday with a value of 6. To extract these fields from a date or a timestamp, you can use the datepart or extract functions. These functions expect a timestamp, but they automatically convert dates to timestamps. These two functions give the same output, they just have different syntax. Datepart uses a comma to separate arguments, while extract uses the from keyword. The name of the field should be surrounded by single uses the from. These two functions give the same output, they just have different syntax. Datepart uses a comma to separate arguments, while extract uses the from keyword. The name of the field should be surrounded by single quotes when using the date part function. With the extract function, the field name can be unquoted. Finally, the extract function, field name, and from keyword are typically written in all uppercase, while the date part function is written in lowercase like other functions. The extract function actually calls the date part function. You can see this in the output of the example query. The result of both the call to date part and the call to extract are labeled with date part in the output. The result of one indicates the first month of January. Extracting fields from dates is useful when looking at how data varies by 1 unit of time across a larger unit of time. Fields from dates is useful when looking at how data varies by 1 unit of time across a larger unit of time. For example, how do sales vary by month across years? Using sales from 2010 to 2016, are sales in January usually higher than those in March? Instead of extracting single fields, January usually higher. How do sales vary by month across years? Using sales from 2010 to 2016, are sales in January?
So where date is greater than or equal to 2010 0101 and date is less than 20. So this is like looking at the dates, the years between 2010 and 2016. The less than year 2017 0101, probably selecting the last dates of December, the last day in December 2016. So that is the idea behind it. Less than.
Usually higher than those in March? Instead of extracting single fields, you can also truncate dates and timestamps to a specified level of precision. Remember that dates and timestamps are ordered from left to right, largest units to smallest. You can use the date trunc function, which is short for date truncate, to specify how much of a timestamp to keep, as you might with a numeric value. You can use the. Remember, you can also January usually higher than those in March. Instead of extracting single fields, you can also truncate dates and timestamps to a specified level of precision. Remember that dates and timestamps are ordered from left to right, largest units to smallest.
Remember that dates and timestamps are ordered from left to right, yes, largest unit to smallest. That's
You
correct.
can use the date trunc function, which is short for date truncate, to specify how much of a timestamp to keep, as you might with a numeric value. Valid field types include all of those we discussed except day of week. Date trunc replaces field all of those we discussed.
So valid field types include all of those we discussed except day of week. If you go back, we discussed century, decade, year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds, week, except DOW, which is day of week. I can truncate those.
Except day of week. Date trunc replaces fields smaller than, or less significant than, the one specified.
Let's see, now is 2018 12 17. Then the timestamp. So select date trunc months, this month, move to the field from the timestamp of now. So to truncate it to what? 2018 1201. Okay.
With 0 or 1 as appropriate. Replaces field smaller than. Date trunc replaces field smaller than, or less significant than, the one specified, with 0 or 1 as appropriate. Month and day are set to 1, while time fields are set to 0.
Month and day are set to 1. The day is not set to 1. Let's listen to that again.
Month and day are set to 1, while time fields are set to 0. Here, the year and month remain, and the rest of the fields are set to 0 or 1. Time zone remains unchanged.
Okay.
Truncating dates is useful when you want to count, average, or sum data associated with timestamps or dates by larger units of time.
It says truncating dates is useful when you want to count, average.
Truncating dates is useful when you want to count, average, or sum data associated with timestamps.
You have to count, average, some data associated with timestamp or date by larger units of time. Okay, let's sum by not be first unit of time, which is 01, 25, or 3. Okay.
Stamps or dates by larger units of time.
Look at example here. Go by month. Date truncate months. To truncate the month from which date as month. So we are going to get in the first of each month. So we are comparing the sales for the first of each month. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then 01, 2018. Okay, that's good.
For example, starting from individual timestamp sales transactions, what is the monthly trend in sales from June 2017 to January 2019? Okay, time to start practicing using these new functions.
So let's practice. So date parts. The date parts function is useful when you want to aggregate data by a unit of time across multiple larger units of time. For example, aggregating dates by months across different years, or aggregating by hour across different days. Recall that you use date part as select date parts, the field, and the timestamp. In this exercise, you will use date parts to gain insight about when this table requests are submitted and completed. So the first instruction says how many requests are created in each of the 12 months during 2016-2017. In each of the 12 months, probably want to calculate the request for the, if there's a request in this month, so we start calculating from the first of this month to the end of this month. That will give us the total request for this month. So extract the month from date created and count the requests. So extract the month. You can use date parts or extract from the timestamp. Let's use date parts. Dates underscore parts parentheses. So the date created, we want to extract the month from the date created, comma, the field want to extract first. The field will be the month, the month has to be in quotes, so the month has to be in single quotes. So we're starting the month here from date created. Where is date created? So this column, this field, date created, want to extract the months 01, 08, okay, as months. So we want to count, so it counts, don't forget that. Now we count the records for each month. Now we count star. So limit the date range. Go by what you get monthly count. So how many requests are created in each of the 12 months during 2016-2017? So when I say where date created will be, we have to use date created is greater than dates created is greater than or equal to, start from 2016, that is in code 2016 01 01, and date created is now less than 2017. So it's going to look for 2016 01 till 2016 30th 12th 31st of December. So I use single quotes there. So I'm going to do that also with 2017 01 01. So group by what? We're going to group by months. Group by what to get the monthly counts. We'll go by count star. Oh, sorry. I want to get the group by months. That's the wrong grouping clause there. Group by months. Let's give it a shot and see. And boom. So for the months, so for January, for the first month, there are 728 requests. This is the highest request. The fifth month has the highest request, over 1,200. This is 1,000. But this is even the 6th month has one thing. I didn't order it. If I order it by that count, we'll see the first month the highest. But let's submit and see if we got that correctly. And boom, we did. Oh, 2016. So how many requests are created in each of the 12 months in 2016 2017? So I should be using 2018 01 then. So this is how to look at from 2016 to 2017 in each of the 12 months in 2016 2017. So I'm looking at 12 months, not 11 months. So I was looking at, so we want to look at 24 months. We want to look at the 12 months in 2016, then the 12 months in 2017. That's 24 months. So I was only looking at 12 months from there. So that was my mistake I did there. So the next one, what is the most common hour of the day for requests to be created? Get the hour and count requests. So first we want to extract the hour from our dates. Okay. So the date created. I was going to get the hour, which is 16 hours, stuff like that. So I'm still going to use date part also. I can use extract. I say dates underscore parts. So the field you want to extract is the hour. So that will be from dates created. It's created as hour from everything go by hour. Order by results by select the most common. That will be order by definitely the count star. The order clause. Wow, I've forgotten how to use the order clause. Let's run that. So the most common hour is the 5th hour of the day. So that descending, order by count star descending to get the most common. I always forget this. So the 11th hour is the day. So if I exclude this limit clause, let me exclude it. Let me show you what it looks like. You can see, so the most 11th hour. So if I don't order descending, I'm getting this last option here. So it's going to order it from what? From lowest to highest. If I put descending, it's going to order it from highest to lowest. So we now limit the result to make sure only the first row here. That's working in dates is quite interesting though, and quite different from what I'm used to. So let's solve this last question. During what hours are requests usually completed? Count requests completed by hour. So during what hour are requests usually completed? We're still going to extract. Can do the date parts function one more time. Date parts. So we want to get the hour from date created. From date created, then we're going to count the number of records in the hour. Now we count star. So definitely we're grouping by group by hour, then order by count star. Order by it said order the results. During what hour are requests usually completed? Count the requests completed by hour. Order the result by hour. Let's see. Let's run the code and see what we get. Then we'll code up. So we're counting the requests completed by hour. Oh, completed. I'm selecting date created instead of dates completed. So let's select the dates completed. Let's see the results. You can see the 16th hour. I think the 16th hour is the one. You can order it by descending, but let's submit the code and see. And that's correct. So the 16th hour, count the requests completed by each hour. So we're counting the requests completed by each hour of the day. But the 16th hour has the highest request completed. And boom, we got that correctly. Duration of the week. So we spent 30 minutes now. So I would love to end the live stream here today. I have to go and do an important stuff right now. I have to go pray. So the goal is at least I've learned a couple of functions today. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. So let's do 30 minutes for today. Alright, so thanks for staying to the end of the live stream. So if you found value in this video, on this learning journey, do support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever I go live. Also, check out the freelance client magnet course by Benga DBE in the other YouTube description. Do support the channel by subscribing, like, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I will see you tomorrow on day 62. Alright, have a wonderful day, and do check out other videos on the channel. I will upload more content very soon, working on that. Alright, bye for now.